So this is another one of our series or list of poisonous plants rather than edibles. But I am trying to cover as many of those as possible as well, because like this one, many of them often pop up on foraging sites and plant ID pages and things like that, because they do look kind of inviting and they don't look terrifying. You know, there's no real way to tell a poisonous plant or fungus from an edible, or neither. They don't tend to wear it on their sleeves in the way that some people might imagine. So I thought we'd cover identification features of these, just because it's nice to know what's in season, including what's poisonous, and you can rule things out that are really worth avoiding. This is known as dog's mercury, or Mercurialis perennis, I think. I'm trying to remember, don't use that one often either. Now it's got, you can see, so relatively low-key fuzzy stems, so not very, very hairy, but a little bit. The leaves come out at equal points to each other on either side of the stem. In this case, it's flowering as well, so you can see just inside where the leaf's coming out, you've got little flower stems as well. The flowers are rather sweet little unassuming things. You might not even notice that they were flowers from a distance. And these kind of, again, pretty stereotypical serrate leaves, little serrate edges with little teeth all the way up. One central vein, and veins coming out from either side going to the edges. It tends to grow in great big swathes, like you can see here. So we often get people coming onto the foraging pages thinking they've hit a jackpot. It's out at about the same time as wild garlic in this sort of form, when it's flowering and it's lush and green and carpeting the woodlands. And yeah, so it does tend to kind of pique people's interest. It is really quite poisonous. The list of symptoms is anything from kind of pain and vomiting and gastric upset and turning off an alarm, all the way up to kind of kidney inflammation and coma and potentially death, although when I look into it I can't find very many records of that. I suspect it's really very rare. However, obviously not something that you want to mistakenly eat. It sounds pretty unpleasant. So yeah, I don't think that there's much else that I need to tell you about this. I think it is relatively easy in the way it grows, its growth habit and its growth patterns and things. Relatively easy to be able to identify. And if you're at all unsure, so this sometimes comes up when people are looking for wild garlic, and obviously this has many leaves coming out of one stem opposite each other, and then at kind of almost right angles on the way up from the same place. So one and then one across that way. But yeah, it's not very similar to wild garlic at all, actually. It also doesn't smell very nice. So yeah, I think kind of musty and dank and not very pleasant, the smell of this one. It's not kind of horrendous, but definitely not kind of fresh and delicious and garlicky or anything like that. If you have any questions, do put them in comments. I'm more than happy to answer. I'm aware that in these kind of, I don't script these videos, I just talk to you. So if you ever feel that I've missed something or you need something clarifying, I'm more than willing to answer questions or chat to you in the comments. Really appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the channel. Makes a big difference to me. I'm trying to grow an audience and get this sort of information out there for as many people as possible. And yeah, enjoy your foraging. It's really warming up now and getting quite beautiful. The bluebells are coming out in the UK a little later than usual. It's mid-April, but it really makes a difference to your day. Highly recommend a wander when you can.